Yeah, I fought hard. You know, it takes really just small things to win out here, and you know, my 2 bogeys this week came from 2 3-putts, and you know, that last hole in the playoff where, you know, in regulation I had the same kind of shot where I just needed to smash a wedge when the wind was up, and the difference between regulation and the playoff was as soon as I hit it, the wind died, and you know, it was a slight miss hit, and unfortunately, you know, plug ball, and when that happens, it's just you can't do anything about it. And but other than, you know, I'm gonna definitely look at this week as a positive. It's my best finish of the year, despite, you know, almost coming through. You know, having the lead last night. You know, I just against the best person in the world. You know, I fought really hard, and going to next week, that's my 9th week, as a, you know, make sure I pick up my feet.
All right, we'll open it up to questions. If you're on the list.
Yeah, he's, you know, today I think, you know, I had so much fun out there. You know, it felt like a practice round with him. You know, I play a lot of golf with him at home, and even out here we play a lot of practice rounds. And, you know, we were just, I told him as soon as we hit the tee shot in the playoff, it's just, you know, it feels like the two, you know, it's very rare for us, just the 2 of us to go out and play. But at the same time, it's just like, you know, it's almost like, hey, we're just at home, but we just have 100,000 people on, you know, on the golf course. But it's been big, you know. He's a really good friend. You know, I've learned a lot from him, obviously, not just by watching, by asking a lot of things, and he's been so kind just to be able to share some stuff. And you know, I'm really happy for him. I know it's the 6th win of the season, and it hasn't happened since Tiger. As much as I love him, I would have loved to, you know, take that away from him. But you know, I'm happy for him, and you know, as soon as after he tapped out, you know, he said some really nice words, and it meant a lot to me. Yeah, you know, to be honest, the regulation, it's just, I knew I needed to make birdie, but 18's a really interesting hole, because if you miss the fairway, the hole just becomes really hard. And that right bunker that they placed by the green, it's very penalizing, as you've seen in the playoff, like my ball being plugged. And with the wind being so up, I wanted to hit 3-wood, and you know, me and Paul were talking. I have to make birdie. I have to give myself a chance, and I hit a really good tee shot. And with all that going on, it almost kind of, for me, I didn't mind it at all. Like, obviously it is a disruption, and you don't want it to happen. But for me, it was just kind of slowed things down, and I just took my time, and I felt really confident in myself. You know, just to give myself that putt to force a playoff. It's what I practiced for, and you know, I'm glad I made it. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a lot to go with. I mean, you know, who prepares for 4 people to run with, I don't know what they had, but you know, they left a lot of marks on the greens, which is, you know, not right for us players, especially when 2 guys are trying to win a golf tournament. But you know, I'm very grateful for the tour and the tour security for handling that really well, and making us players feel, you know, a lot safer. Yeah, you know, with him and I, for me, I've gotten to like Scotty more as a person than a golfer, so I think that's really big because there's a lot of friends out here that you kind of just meet for golf, not really outside, and he's one of the few people that, you know, that we're at home, you know, we still hang out and still play a lot of golf together, and I think it made it a lot more fun for me, to be honest, like more enjoyable to come down. You know, obviously he's a phenomenal player. Well, number one, all these titles, and but at the same time, for me, it's just, you know, he's just Scotty Scheffler. You know, he's just a good friend, and to come down with someone that I play a lot of golf with, who beats me a lot at home, and unfortunately he beat me in the playoff too. But it definitely made it a lot more enjoyable out there. It's actually kind of the other way. Like, no, you don't need to worry about him because he's going to play well. He's just going to play well. So it's almost just like you're not even worried about it. You're not even thinking about him. And I did a really good job. I felt like feeling like not looking at leaderboards. And I know because it got, I think a lot of guys were within a shot with a few holes to play. And I just kept my head down and I really birdied the holes that I need to birdie to give myself a chance. And, it's amazing how I got into a playoff, but there's so many little things that on 16 that putt just rolls a little bit more, I win by 1, or if I don't 3-putt on 8, I win by 1, or if I don't 3-putt from 10 feet yesterday on 4, I win by 1. So there's so many little things that could have changed, but I feel like these little things are steps into my career for me to taking the next leap. Yep. Not really an opportunity. It was just more like it kind of took like the meaning of the putt kind of away for a second, because like for the past 17 and a half holes, all you're thinking about is golf, and suddenly when that happens, you're just like your mind goes into a complete like you're almost not even playing golf anymore. You like people are security guards. Like I thought it was a dream for a second. Like the security guards are tackling people and people are getting arrested. Like it's really hard to see nowadays, and it's like I said again, it kind of felt like it took my mind off of the moment and just kind of realized what was happening. And obviously, even though those people did something bad, you still don't want them to get hurt. And because obviously the police are trying to protect the players and stuff, I get it, but you still don't want people to get hurt. And I think it just kind of personally just took my mind away from golf a little bit and worried about something else. Like other than like what I shot or what I finished or where I finished, it's more I've worked really hard this past few weeks. It's my 8th week in a row, and it's just nice to know that the hard work kind of really does come to life. Like yes, it would have been super sweet if I won, but it still doesn't change who I am. I still like if I win, I'm still gonna go next week and try to prep the best I can. If I don't win, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up, try to prep the best I can for the next event. It doesn't change me, and I feel like this year has been a lot of learning. I've had a lot of learning lessons of trying to not label things. I am who I am. 10 wins on the PGA Tour, 0 wins on the PGA Tour, it's not going to change me. And I think it took a lot of experiences for me to actually learn that. And once I start to learn this a lot more, I start to kind of free up and actually, when I work hard, not expect things and just kind of let things happen. And I think that's what happened this week. I was really close to, wire to wire finish. That would have been awesome, but it just wasn't meant to be. And I'll have my chances.